I almost fell out of a tree. And I got it to fall, but I don't know if the falling did any damage.
Whatever the personal reason is, this true crime location in the city of Richardson, they don't want to exist anymore. And they chased us off the property. What are they hiding? What are they hiding? We will investigate.
I can die, ride bikes, cheat and dance, and living life.
Oh hey guys, today I'm going to tell you about a historic landmark that's about to be torn down. While filming this episode, I ran into two complications that almost derailed me. We'll talk more about those later.
Here we go again, you think by now I know better.
The Como Motel. It's in Richardson, Texas, and I found out 3 things about it that you probably didn't already know. Let's hit the road, and we'll talk about it. Okay, the first thing is, the Como Motel is a true crime landmark. A woman named Candy Montgomery met a man named Alan Gore at their church. Both of them were married, but they decided to have an affair, which took place over a period of time at the Como Motel. Ultimately, Candy would go to Alan's house, and after an altercation with Alan's wife, Betty, she ended up killing her with an axe, where she struck her 41 times. The craziest part of the story is, she was found not guilty, and she has since become a counselor for other people. The second thing that I thought was interesting about the Como Motel is a man named Captain Sully.
This is the captain. Brace for impact.
If you remember back in 2006, there was a U.S. Airways plane that went down in the Hudson River. It was piloted by Captain Sully. Captain Sully has since written a memoir about growing up in Texas. He was from Denison, which is just north of Richardson, where the Como Motel is located. During the summers, his family would go down to Dallas for a family trip. When they did so, they would stay at the Como Motel and swim in the Como Motel swimming pool. The third thing I found out about the Como Motel, which I thought was interesting, was back in the 50s when the Como Motel was started by its founder, Bob Cheatham. All reports I found online were that he was a good man. Back at that time, it was illegal to rent a motel room to a black man. But Bob did so anyways, and was arrested at one point for doing so. That car's not supposed to be there. That is illegal. And unsafe. People do that because they think it's not running the light when the light turns red because they have to move out of the intersection. But it's still illegal. So even though they're trying to avoid one law, which is running the stoplight, they're violating another law. I think I've said this before, and I feel the need to say this again. Texas has the worst drivers. Yeah, you gotta hold on there, buddy. We're on our way to the college right now to get Caitlin situated, and she does not have the sissy bar on, so she is learning the hard way that she can fly off the back when we accelerate and she is not paying attention. Now I'm just having fun with it. I'm a mess. You're the one not holding on. Motorcycles only. Hey, crazy, right? Okay, a side tangent on reality versus perception. So the reality is the Como Motel has been sold and is going to be torn down. Now, as far as perception goes, that's a different story.
What are they hiding?
A Richardson resident, in an attempt to save the Como Motel from being torn down, started a petition, which has gained a lot of signatures. In addition to that, they lined up a new buyer to buy the property for the sole purpose of restoring it or preserving it. The new buyer made an offer to the person that just bought it, didn't accept the offer, and the reason they said no in the news report said, quote, "It has nothing to do with money," or "it's not for financial reasons." So what's the perception? It doesn't look good.
Hi.
This brings me to setback number 1. Caitlin and I tried to go to the Como Motel while it was still in operation, just before the new owners were supposed to take ownership of the building and the current owners had to be out. We drove there in her car, and when we pulled up, we got some video of the parking lot, and then the sign said open, so I went into the office. The lady that was working in the office was very cryptic. She wouldn't answer any of my questions. She pointed to some sign on the window, but there was probably 20 signs. I couldn't tell which one she was pointing at. And when I tried to ask her about renting a room, so at the very least I could see the inside of one, she saw Caitlin taking a video of the pool and started yelling for us to get off the property or she was calling the police. So that's where the story ended, and I gave up on this YouTube video. Wink. No, I didn't. It's funny, every time we go at a green light, Caitlin forgets to hold on. So I have to intentionally accelerate slowly. The next step was we contacted the realtor. I called and left him a message.
Name, phone number, any message. I'll call you back as soon as possible. Thank you.
My name's Mike. We were driving by the Como Motel in Richardson, and I saw a for sale sign with your information on it. I wasn't sure if you were... He called me back telling me when the current owners were supposed to be off the property, and that if I called back in the middle of September, I could probably maybe get a tour of the property. But by then, everything's going to be gone and the place is going to be gutted. So it wouldn't really accomplish the same purpose. I didn't feel like I was going to get anywhere with the realtor. So this brings me to setback number 2. I went back to get some footage from the sky, since the motel does not own the sky. And I lost my drone. So I did not expect this to happen. What was supposed to be a simple drone flying exercise turned out to be me losing my drone. It landed in a tree. So it's right there. What was supposed to be a quick, maybe 20-minute drone footage attempt turned into about an hour-long rescue attempt.
Don't we look good together? I should be running away, but so what, whatever. Oh, last love I found needs my
Alright, I got it out. I had to climb the tree and shake the tree, and I got it to fall, but I don't know if the falling did any damage. I got a few scratches. So again, with perception. Who bought the hotel? What's their purpose for wanting to tear it down? Why won't the realtor give the information out on who the current owner is? And why are the people that are departing the property so secretive and uncooperative? The truth may be less exciting, but the perception almost leads to conspiracy. What are they hiding?